Mickey 17 is either going to be a hit or miss with you. You're either going to like really vibe with this or you're going to be bored. Quite frankly, there really isn't much in between here, but just stick with me. Written and directed by Bong Joon-ho, whose film Parasite won the Academy Award a couple of years ago, stars Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Steven Yeun, and a whole bunch of other people. So this is a sci-fi black comedy satire, social commentary about a dude named Mickey Barnes. His life sucks, and through unfortunate circumstances, he finds himself running away from Earth to go to a planet that I've already forgotten how to pronounce. I am exhausted, so please bear with me. Everybody and their mama on Earth, it seems, is trying to escape, so he goes for, the most low-level job possible and expendable. Unfortunately, Mickey isn't very bright. He didn't read the fine print. He didn't even read the manual. He didn't read the instructions. And an expendable is basically just bottom of the totem pole. They do grunt work, dumb work, and it's okay because they're quite literally expendable. They can just reprint bodies after they... memories and all, so he gets used to do all kinds of things, testing radiation out in the middle of space. They get to the planet that they're trying to get to and they find out there's an airborne virus and they're needing to test him for a vaccine. So they just, expire him over and over and over again until they get it right. We get to Mickey 17 and he finds himself, at the bottom of a hole, near death, and they assume, okay, yeah, Mickey 17 is gone, time to reprint Mickey 18, but Mickey 17 wasn't gone, and now they have a multiple situation, and apparently that's bad. This movie has a lot to say. It's poking at, capitalism, politics, colonization, this thing about these alien creatures look like big old roly-polies, and, them being the indigenous creatures on the planet. They're not aliens. They were always here, that kind of thing. What else? Just ethics in general, and a whole bunch of other themes. The thing is, Robert Pattinson is a dream. He's an incredible actor. The acting is something else in this movie. The only person that I think I had an issue with, and it's not so much an issue with them, but more so the writing, it felt like their character was there just to kind of umph the plot a little bit. Like they were a plot device and less of a character. Naomi Akkie's character, love her. I just don't think she was utilized well in this. I mean, other people might have a different opinion, but I just wasn't really vibing with her character at all. But Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, I love Toni Collette no matter what she does. It doesn't matter. She could be, sitting there eating a banana and she needs an award for it. She's amazing. We love Toni Collette. Mark Ruffalo's character reminds me a little bit of his character in Poor Things, but stupider and far more useless. Just a useful idiot, basically the face of greatness, but, being controlled by a woman. That old cliche, behind every man there's a great woman kind of deal, but to the extreme. But Robert Pattinson really is the star here. He carries, and thank God, because for me, the movie was a little boring. Now, take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt, because you might enjoy this. And I'm not saying that as a cop. I'd be like, well, I don't want to rock any boats. No, I mean that with all seriousness. You're either going to really enjoy this, you're either going to love it, it's either going to be a 10 out of 10 for you, or it's going to be like a solid 6. For me, I felt like we lost the plot a little bit. It got a little muddy. The film felt a little unsure of itself. Like it had something it wanted to say, but didn't know how to say it. Kind of like a college freshman taking his first public speaking class. Like you have a lot on your heart, but you're not quite sure how to articulate it. That's the best way for me to describe my experience with this film. But I can see the greatness. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's a bad movie. No, I get it. I totally get it. It just didn't do much for me. But Robert Pattinson's performance, because he's playing a dual role here. He's playing multiple roles because each new print of himself comes out a little bit different. So he has to adjust his personality a little bit. And at times he's flirting with, opposite ends, the devil and the angel, light and darkness, and, Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, and figuring out how to work those two characters together. And I guess that's kind of a little bit where Naomi Akkie's character comes in, because she's a bit of the bridge between the two. But Yeah, like his performance alone, I think is worth it. Totally worth it. I don't want to discourage you. This is one of those, you got to see it for yourself. And then let me know what you think so we can have a conversation. I will say though, what resonated with me the most, and honestly, I would love to watch this again just to kind of go deeper into what he was trying to say with this, was the concept of ethics and how science and religion kind of battle here. It's almost like he was trying to mold and meld the two, and it just didn't work. But I think it was supposed to not work. I think that was the goal here, is to kind of show how in order for these things to kind of walk the line and coexist, somebody has to compromise something, whether that's integrity, knowledge, wisdom. I don't know. That's what I got out of it. My feelings are all over the place. Because, yeah, I was a little bored, but I enjoyed it. Like, I get it, but it didn't get me.